we're making something that just screams warm weather, spring, summer vibes to me. Sometimes you're hungry and you don't want like a whole meal of like chicken and potatoes or whatever. Sometimes it's like just really good stuff on really good bread is enough. And so that's what we're doing today. We're making my spring pea crostini with glazed prosciutto. So let's go through the ingredients that we need. Of course, you need some prosciutto. And I'm gonna go with like, say, a slice per slice of bread. And you just wanna lay that on a baking sheet. I've got my oven preheated to 350, and we're gonna sprinkle it with a little bit of brown sugar, because what that's gonna do is, of course, melt, caramelize, and give us this wicked, sweet, salty, crunchy goodness that's gonna go on this crostini. The star of the show, really and truly, are these gorgeous, gorgeous spring peas. I just shelled these this morning, and like, oh guys, there's such a little window when these are available fresh, and they come, you know, in these little pods, and you just kind of sit there and you watch your show, or you kind of, you know, zone out, meditate, whatever you got to do. It's one of those things where it's like your mind can do something else while your hands are busy. So I really, really love doing it by hand. Yes, you could totally do this with frozen peas if you really needed to, but if you can get your hands on the fresh ones, please do. Highly, highly, highly recommend. The anchor to all of this is some really good sourdough bread. This one is my favorite from one of my local little spots. It's like a 50-50 of whole wheat flour and white flour, and it's just so good. For me, like, don't skimp on so-so bread, get the good stuff. So I've already got my oven preheated to 350. I wanna get the prosciutto going, because that's gonna take about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, we'll see. So just sprinkle lightly. Doesn't really matter exactly how much. The whole thing is, you know, it's gonna melt. So you want it to kind of cover it somewhat evenly-ish. Evenly-ish, is that a technical term? Oh yeah. A little more. Into the oven, 350. The heel is gonna be my snack. Let's brush it with a little bit of olive oil and just get that out of the way and ready to go in the pan. And let's do both sides. Shallots, garlic. Let's get those nice and minced up. And actually, before I do that even, I'm gonna get the serrano pepper sliced thinly for the garnish. I don't want them to taste like raw garlic. Nice and thin. This is optional. If you don't like it spicy, then skip it, but I do. And what I love about the serrano pepper is like how beautiful it looks sliced. It's just like the perfect little thin coin, whereas like a jalapeno is much bigger. It's a much broader pepper. That's all I need. That's gonna hang out on the side of my board. Now we go shallot. You guys ready to watch me struggle to peel this? It's like always happens that way when we're filming. I say this all the time. I'm like, next time you're filming, like peel the shallots before so you don't embarrass yourself. But I can smell the prosciutto. Okay, slice it across. Put it flat. Just saw your knife back and forth. Watch your fingers. And now we go this way. Okay, now for the fun part. And I love the color on the board of minced shallots. Like this, that little bit of purpley gorgeousness. I just love it. Garlic, I cut off the root. I'm just gonna give it a whack. Make sure that your blade is pointing down toward the board. That will just help to take the peel off. I'm just gonna check my prosciutto. Oh yeah. Are you ready to see this? Check that out. Caramelize the brown sugar. So now we can chop the garlic. You want to get that nice and fine for sure. And let's just stir in some good stuff into our ricotta. And I'm just gonna go with a few passes. This is just gonna add like some brightness. So every time I run the lemon down, I turn. Let's go a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit. I don't want to make this lemon smell like garlic. So I've got my grill pan, I'm gonna get it nice and hot. So I'm gonna heat it on high, and then I'm gonna pop my bread in. Okay, that's hot. I'm gonna pop the bread on. And so what we're doing now is we're trying to get some nice grill marks on the bread. So you're just gonna leave it in place. Of course you could do this on the barbecue. How's my prosciutto? Like, crispy, perfect. Now I have to sneak and try some. Yeah, I mean, come on. This is gonna be so good. Look at that. This is what we're going for. These really nice grill marks. You guys see? It's perfect. Let's just give our prosciutto a quick crumble so that's ready to go. And just break it up into little bits. Save some bigger ones if a piece is looking particularly cute. You might want to garnish with that. Right before the peas go in, I'm going to chop the mint just so that that's ready to go. Or maybe I'll just tear it. No, I'm going to tear it. No, I'm going to tear. It's too pretty. Oh my. Let's get the peas going. So I'm going to go like medium high because these are only going to cook very, very briefly. Olive oil. Let's go in. A nice amount. Don't be shy. And then, for the stars, the peas are going in. Nice little sizzle, that's what I want. Gonna add a little bit of salt. I'm smiling at my peas, like fully smiling. So I want to do it like this on their own with just the salt for about a minute. And then I'm going to add the garlic and the shallots. Just watch your heat. You might have to dance your heat up or down as you go because I don't want the shallots and the garlic to burn at all. Okay, now they go in. Look at that. And I'll put in a little dash of the white pepper now. Just a little. It's like a little stronger to me, like it's more pronounced in its own way than black pepper. And I'm using white pepper for its flavor, but also for the fact that it doesn't have the black flecks, because sometimes visually that's not what you're going for. But this is great. So this was a really good tip, adding the garlic and the shallot after the other ingredients are already in the pan, because what that does is the peas insulated the garlic and the shallot so they didn't burn. If I added them on their own in the pan, there's nothing else to absorb the heat, and so they could caramelize and brown really quickly, and that's not what we wanted. A little bit more of the sea salt, and now we're going to assemble. So to assemble our beautiful spring pea crostini, I can't say that. To assemble our beautiful spring pea crostini, just take one of your pieces of toasted bread and smear a nice, don't fall, make a little bit of a mess. And you know what, guys, this is like a messy, sexy dish, so I'm just gonna get in there and we're gonna own it, and it is what it is. I'm gonna make it a little more sunken in the middle so that the peas can hold a little bit better. So we have something creamy. Now for the peas. They're so still nice and hot. We've got that beautiful garlic and shallot mixture. Oh my goodness. This nice smoked flaky salt, because that's gonna give like a cool crunch. And then let's go in with a little bit of lemon zest, just for like a little top note of it. Just like a dusting. Oh, because it's gonna hit the nose when you take a bite. You're gonna get that nice fragrance of the lemon. And then let's add some nice slices of serrano. Spicy is always welcome in my house. Then I'll put the mint. I'm just gonna tear it. We're gonna tear it up and just let it rain on top. Just beautiful little shards of mint. And then our crispy prosciutto, just all over. And one thing I would do, because you gotta make it super restaurant-y, is just like the most delicate drizzle of olive oil, just to gild the lily a little bit. How cute does this look? So now for the awkward part where you're gonna eat it. I'm not gonna do that on camera. I'm just not gonna do it, because can you imagine? This is just gonna fall everywhere, and I might wanna be alone with this and get a knife and a fork and just really just let everything drip. But that's it, guys. Make use of beautiful spring peas when they're in season, and put them in pasta, put them on toast, put them in your eggs. Just do everything you possibly can with them. I hope you make this. If you make it, please send me a photo. Hit me up on Instagram at Cami Cooks and send me a photo of your spring pea crostini. You can tweak it however you kind of want to customize it, but I think this is a perfectly balanced bite. So yeah, if you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for lots more content coming soon. I need to be alone with this, okay? Bye.